Mga lifelong learners, halina't makinig, manood, buksan ang inyong pagkaloob. Pilipinas, Estados Unidos at sa buong mundo. Ito po si Aaron, your teacher-friendly host. Welcome to AFTA Talks, where our minds and hearts meet. In this maiden episode, we will get to know our servant leaders of AFTA. Rena Pidaria, Ramil Buenaventura, Melvin Damaulao, and Jojo Jenay. So let's begin.
I'll be around. I'll be stepping and hopping. I'll be whenever you want me. I'll be calling on you to know I'll be around. Whenever you call me, whenever you want me, whenever you need me, I'll be around. Just whenever you call me, I'll be there. I'll live whenever you want. Just whenever you need me, I know you know I'll be around. Whenever you call me, whenever you want me, whenever you need me, I'll be around.
Hi po, Miss Rena. Kamusta po kayo dyan? Medyo curious lang po ako, no? As a new member dito sa group, paano po kayo nag-start sa AFTA? And what made you stay?
Before anything else, maraming salamat, Aaron, for always giving time for AFTA's projects and accepting our invitation for you to be a member of AFTA. A blessed day to everyone who's watching us through AFTA's YouTube channel. Well, I started with AFTA as a substitute teacher at Paaralan sa Konsulado. This is a 5-Saturday summer workshop for Phil-Am kids 6 to 16 years old, held at the Philippine Consulate here in New York City. Doon ko nakita ang dedication ng mga volunteer teachers ng AFTA. Yung iba nga in their 60s na, but they were still helping out in teaching these Phil-Am kids about our Filipino language, culture, and traditions. I wanted to grow all that way, still being of service through teaching and at the same time advocating for my Filipino roots. Since then, I've been involved with Paaralan sa Konsulado, which has been in existence for over 20 years. The motivation level of the teacher volunteers really plays a vital role in the success of our projects. This is one of the reasons why I am still with AFTA. It really does a good job in keeping its volunteers motivated and active in supporting its projects. And AFTA must pass this on to the younger ones because at the rate we're going, it seems like these projects of AFTA will outlive us. Also, anyone can be of service in any capacity, a regular member, a board member, an officer. One's level of involvement is what counts.
Maraming salamat po. So together, with this kind of motivation, Sir Ram, what kind or ano po ang leadership efforts would you or do you undertake to encourage commitment from your members?
Leadership efforts that we could do as officers of AFTA is number one to get to know who the members are. Number one, we have to know who they are, email them, communicate with them, invite them in our activities, whether it's online or face-to-face. We don't have face-to-face activities yet. Always invite them. Say kamusta to them, reach out to them, checking in with them. Let's build that human relationship first. Then after that, we get to know them, we get to know what their talents are, what their expertise are, and based on the previous administration with President Mars, he's very good at this. He has a network of teachers and he knows what they're good at, and he would tap on their potentials, tap on their talents. They become involved in the activities of AFTA, and because of that, people get to know them, they feel good because they're sharing their time, their talents, and that's one way to build a community of teachers, okay, sharing each other's talents, collaborating, and, being of service to the Filipinos, whether here in the US or abroad.
Yun po the active involvement of its members contributes a lot to the success of AFTA, as mentioned by Sir Ramil. Thank you po, Sir Ram. Alamin naman natin from the VP of Operations ang experience niya. Sir Melvin, can you tell me the part that you really enjoyed and a wish na hindi? Or medyo sa lagay niyo po, pwede pang maiba? Bakit, or should I say, why do you think this volunteer opportunity is a good match for you?
Before I officially joined AFTA, I did volunteer to be part of the Balikturo program already in the Philippines. Balikturo is something that I really enjoyed because I find that there is so much joy in imparting to the teachers in the Philippines the knowledge that I gained being a classroom teacher here in the US and now as an administrator. There is really joy in giving, as they say. The Balikturo project enabled me not only to go back to my roots, but also to get to know the current reality of education in the Philippines and the plight of our teachers and students there. With this knowledge, I get to appreciate our Filipino teacher counterparts more, and I get also to appreciate and be grateful that I am here in the USA and that I can share back something to them. Is there something I wish had been different? Well, I wish I had more time with the teachers because unfortunately in conducting Balikturo, we had to follow a certain schedule and we only stay in one division or one school for at most 3 days. So I wish I had a longer schedule, maybe to really immerse ourselves and our teacher participants in the process. Lastly, I think that Balikturo is a good match for me because I am a firm believer in the idea of capacity building and developing leaders in education. If I teach others what I know as effective strategies, for example, in one way or another, those teachers will impart what they've learned to their colleagues and students, and if they follow through, you will see the trickle effect of knowledge cascading down to our students. And that's something that I hope Balikturo will achieve.
That made me think. Sir Melvin, so sa nakikita ko, Balikturo and Paaralan sa Konsulado are two of AFTA's projects that have touched the minds and hearts of the teacher volunteers. So these members, though they mostly work full-time, they still find time to take part in AFTA's projects as volunteers. Naisip ko lang, yung pagiging part kaya ng AFTA, does it pose challenges to the officers? Ito lang po yung sa akin. How has your involvement in AFTA changed your view or perspective in life? Ano po ba ang mga challenges na inyong nakita sa inyong paglilingkod? Doing voluntary work and at the same time teaching full-time. Medyo hindi ko po ito mapagtanto. How do you manage your time, Miss Janae?
There's not much change in the perspective, but the one thing that I know is that AFTA is in line with my advocacies in life to serve and to give back to the two communities that I really love the most, my valuable community and my teaching community. On the question of how I manage my time, teaching full time and at the same time serving to these two communities, well, if you love something, there's always time for everything. You can always manage your time doing this and doing that. Full time teaching is, well, it's every day. It's happening every day, the whole day. And serving it happens when I'm not teaching full time. So there's actually time for both of them. They do not overlap with each other.
Yun pala yun. Time management should not be a problem as Miss Janae has mentioned. Kasi, if our heart is in it, there will be time for it. Thank you, Miss Janae. To add to that, Miss Janae, when you are teaching, are you more of the mind or more of the heart?
What's the heart without the mind? I guess the best word here is empathy. You seek to understand as you need to be understood as a teacher. Whether I'm a mind or a heart teacher, it really depends. It depends on the battle that you are in. You pick your own battle. Be a heart when it needs for you to be a heart. Be a mind when it needs for you to be a mind.
Ngayon mga kaibigan, punta naman tayo sa medyo sensitive na bagay po. Being a teacher, we do not only deal with students, but also with our co-teachers or colleagues. How will you respond to a colleague if he or she has done something offensive, Sir Ram?
A person, that colleague, could have done something offensive to you or to others or to a situation, to a community. The first thing, the Christian way to do it is to say it directly to that person. But knowing the Filipino personality, hindi yan magsasalita, nahihiya tayo, baka ano sabihin, baka, ganyan. Kaya sasabihin mo lang sa ibang tao, alright? And that is not right. Parang snitching na rin yan, parang chismis na rin yan. So as I said, direct to that person. It's difficult, you could, but, nowadays it's difficult to say directly, sabi ko nga. So what you could do is, you could text that person, you could email that person, and say it in a nice way, of course. Walang personalan. Just go straight to the action or the words that offended you. I remember one situation dito sa Facebook. There was a teacher who is doing some TikToks which may be offensive. For me, it was offensive because there's some nudity in it. So nobody's correcting that person. But for a point of view of a teacher doing that thing, it's offensive. So walang nagko-comment, nagla-like pa nga yung iba eh. I don't know kung may naglakas loob, pero ako naglakas loob ako as an older teacher, parang kuya-kuya niya na rin ako. I gave a suggestion, this is how I felt, like this, like that. And naintindihan niya. He removed the videos and now he's doing better videos, much better na. So I know, pero ako, I was scared to say that as well. Diba? Mahirap sabihin, baka masira ang friendship. I thought nga, in-unfriend na ako sa Facebook, but it takes guts if you want to correct somebody, but it's the most Christian thing to do, and you will really help your colleague, you will help your person, your personal friend if you do this directly. Okay, no chismis, no sumbong-sumbong.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir Ram. Keep in mind, fraternal correction can help us grow and become a better person. Ang dami na nating natututunan from our servant leaders of AFTA. How can we better serve through AFTA? And how can one benefit from being a member of AFTA?
The only way to serve better in any case is to stay true to your intentions. If you want to serve, you have to do it wholeheartedly. Mahirap talaga gawin. But we must strive to be selfless when we serve. The success of any project or event is a collective effort of all the officers and members. Even the decisions are made collectively. That's why we have to maintain some level of trust among ourselves, despite our differences, for AFTA to keep on going strong. Now, with regards to membership, a regular member of AFTA can participate in its local, national, and international projects. These are the members based here in the United States. For our members outside the US, they are our associate members, and they have the same privileges as those of the regular members, except that they may not hold office nor attend its meetings. The members of AFTA include educators, teacher retirees or administrators, and any individual, Filipino or otherwise, who supports the mission and objectives of the association. In the Philippines, we also include education students so they can benefit from our programs. We are now continually finding new ways for our members to stay connected and be involved through social media, as well as our website, which is currently being updated. The most important thing, though, is entrusting that spirit of service to individuals who are generous with their time, talent, and treasure. In other words, it's not a question of what can I get from AFTA, but rather, what can I do for AFTA?
Okay mga kapatid, sana we can invite more teachers to be part of AFTA para magkita-kita tayo dito when things get back to normal. And so, Sir Melvin, how do you see AFTA in the coming years?
AFTA has been very successful in carrying out its projects and programs over the years. And as a testament to this, AFTA received the Linkapil or the Lingkod sa Kapwa Filipino Presidential Award in 2018. AFTA has also been at the forefront of responding to the needs of the times and innovation. As a matter of fact, we had our online Balituro series in the summer of 2020 because it was not possible for our teachers to go back to the Philippines to conduct Balituro in person because of COVID. In addition, AFTA recently amended its constitution and bylaws so that it can now accept members outside of the USA. What this means is, for example, teachers in the Philippines can now become members of AFTA. They are going to be called associate members. Having laid out these premises, I can see that AFTA will continue to grow and evolve, not just in terms of membership, but in the kinds of projects it will undertake. For example, as an offshoot of our Balituro program, and because of the relationship we develop with schools and divisions in the Philippines, AFTA is now in the process of adding a new project that aims to help teachers in the Philippines develop their teaching or facilitating skills by having AFTA teacher experts observe these teachers through recorded videos and provide concrete and actionable feedbacks. The hope is for the teachers to be able to improve their practice. I'm quite positive that AFTA will venture into bigger and bolder projects in the future as it continues with its mission of serving Phil-Am teachers here and abroad. And in doing so, it is not a far-fetched idea that AFTA will get another Linkapil or a similar award in the future.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The future really looks bright for AFTA, ano po? Kahit nasa pandemic pa tayo ngayon, sana nadagdagan ang kaalaman ninyo tungkol sa organization. Maraming salamat po for sharing your talents, mga servant leaders ng AFTA sa ngayon. It is truly an honor to get to know the people behind AFTA's success. Abangan po natin ang next episode with AFTA Talks. We are going live with Miss Jacqueline Thomas, a Filipino-American special education teacher at Manhattan International High School. So, mga special education teachers, dito sa Pilipinas, sa United States, o sa ibang dako man ng mundo, we hope to see you soon. At sa lahat ng sumusubaybay ng AFTA Talks, salamat po. See you next time here in this channel. where our minds and hearts meet. Until we meet again, Aaron Santos here, your friendly host.
you want.